news is going around that the actress who plays Jean Grey, Famke, has stated she ain't gonna be in Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars due to not receiving any phone call from Marvel in years. Now, I reported on this first. I'm about to give y'all some facts.
I'm quoting facts. This is facts. I do my research. This is facts.
Yeah, I'm gonna give y'all some real facts on this Famke situation. Let's jump over here. All right, now I tweeted this back in April because I personally talked to Famke myself. I met her in March of 2025. Y'all can see the dates up there on the notes section. I met her in March of 2025, and I sat on the tweet for a month before tweeting it out in April. I even still have it in my notes. Y'all see it on the screen? Here's a screenshot of my phone. So y'all can see the date of the notes back in March of 2025. It's still there. Me and Famke was in we was in a place together. I recognized who she was, told her about how, I used to work in movies, and we had a good old conversation. Me and Famke had a good old conversation, and she was very nice, very forthcoming with information. And I told her, I said, "Hey, man, I do content around movies and TV shows. Do you mind if I share any of this information?" And she said, "Sure, of course not. I don't mind." So I asked her, were the rumors true that she could have showed up in Deadpool and Wolverine? And she told me, this was back in March before these outlets started picking it up. She told me in March she hadn't received any calls from Marvel in years. So she's not sure where the rumor came from that she was supposed to be in Deadpool and Wolverine. She told me about how she was a model and never knew much about acting at all. But she said, she looked me in my face. She said, "Y'all know she German. I'm not. I don't want to say German. She from Europe, so she got a little accent." Famke looked at me. She said, "I have not received a call from Marvel in years." And I said, "Wow."
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
I said, "Girl, they ain't called you in years." She said, "No. Hadn't received a call from Marvel in years." I reported this back in March because I met with her. I reported this in April because I met with her in March. She told me about how she came from like a little small town in Europe. She never knew who the X-Men was because she didn't read comics from where she was from. So the X-Men was new to her. But she said once she was cast, she loved it. She also told me that she was cast before Wolverine, so they had to find a Wolverine that was compatible with her versus casting Wolverine first and then finding someone to fit his style. Where's my phone? Got my phone here. I'm gonna pull the notes up. Tell you everything she told me. She told me that they were looking at Viggo Morrison for Wolverine, Rachel Lee for Rogue, and she also confirmed the rumor that they really, really did want Angela Bassett for Storm. She stated that the studio back then, Fox, they never believed in the film, but the actors, they wanted to do the best that they could with the group that they had together. She also told me that early drafts of X1 included Beast, but they couldn't really afford the special effects. So I also found out that the actor that plays Iceman, I forgot his name, he was originally cast as Pyro. I found that out too. And then they switched him to Iceman, you know what I'm saying? So Famke was telling me all the tea. Famke was telling me everything. But yeah, man. So Famke was an open book, and yeah, she said she hadn't received any contact from Marvel, and she knows nothing about Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars. And when that chair announcement happened, her name was not there. Yeah, it wasn't there. So to me, she felt like she was telling the truth. Hold on, y'all. My dog, what is my dog doing? He needs to sit his ass down. All right. So this wasn't like an Andrew Garfield type situation where she was lying, because she was talking to me before all the like Marvel and Doomsday chair watch happened. I feel like she was telling the truth. I don't think she was trying to hide anything or lying, and I think it's wild. I think it's I think it's beyond wild that Marvel never thought to call Famke for Jean Grey all these years. Wow.
Wow.
Crazy. It's just weird. Now this is what I'll say. There is always two sides to every story, because maybe they did try to kind of like touch base, maybe like reached out to her agents, and maybe her agents kind of blocked it and was like, look, she's not really interested in doing like no one-off crazy variant. She's looking for meaty stories. That could have happened. And maybe the agents never told her like, hey, Marvel reached out. Because sometimes these people will talk in an informal like atmosphere. Sometimes agents are out to lunch, they run into each other and they're kind of talking off the record. So maybe somebody did kind of like throw it her way and maybe her agent shut it down. But I just find it so strange that Marvel has never reached out to Famke.
Wow.
Can y'all believe it? Like, what reason do y'all think that they would never reach out to her? Like, what reason? Dan the Man said, ain't no way on God's green earth they thought about bringing Alan Cummings back before. Look, bro, listen. Amen. I'm just telling you what Famke told me. She said the people have not reached out to her. That is what Famke told me. Oh, my bad. I still got the notes here. March. I still got the notes. Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy, yo. That is like insane, bro. So yeah, man, I kind of dropped this tidbit earlier this year. I mean, when I dropped the tweet earlier this year, I didn't expect the story to blow up because I'm just a little content creator, all right, who happens to know some people who know some people, and sometimes I be around some people. So sometimes when I say stuff, it stays in our little community. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all. I love y'all because y'all been holding me down. So sometimes I'll say stuff and only y'all see it. And now larger platforms are actually picking up this story because Famke is going out and she's doing press. And now this is like stories everywhere. I see John Campea touched it, Kristen Harloff touched it, but y'all tell y'all people, Tina, as she dressed me, tweeted about it back in April. You know what I'm saying? Just let that be known. But hopefully they can work something out to get Famke. We got to get Famke. We got to get Halle Berry, and we got to get Elizabeth Olsen. You got to get Elizabeth Olsen in this movie. I feel like we got to figure out a way to get Famke and Halle Berry. They got to figure that out. They have got to figure that out. That is insane. My girl Sweet November said, run Famke her check. That's what I'm talking about. Hey man, so Amazon sent me a whole podcast bundle that I don't really need. I don't really need this, so I want to give it away for Christmas. Somebody can have this. I don't need it. I'll be doing a raffle for that whole podcast bundle up until December 14th. I'll pick a winner and I'll try to get it to you as best as I can before Christmas. To get in the raffle, all you have to do is subscribe to my page, like the video, and leave a comment. And after your comment, put in parentheses the word podcast. That way I know who's interested in getting into the raffle. For example, you can say, hey, James Gunn is the best director of all time. Podcast. That's how I know that you want to get into the raffle. And you don't have to put like 10,000 comments, because all you need to do is enter one time per video. And then your name is going to go up into the raffle. This combo, see here? This is good for beginners, okay? If the new year... Oh, damn. Let me see. If the new year is starting off and you want to get into YouTubing or podcasting, or better yet, if you have kids who are interested into getting into streaming and maybe you can't afford the equipment, or maybe you don't want to buy the equipment, get in the raffle. I'm giving this away. I don't need it. I already got my own microphone, my headset. I don't need this. I don't know why Amazon sent it to me, so I'm giving it away. It's a good beginner's starter pack, all right? It comes with 2 microphones, headphones, a soundboard, and some other stuff, all right? So once again, if you want to enter the raffle, subscribe, and leave a comment, and you'll automatically be entered. Remember, you have to put the word podcast after your comment so I know that you want to get into the raffle. Peace out.
Follow, she dress me. Follow, she dress me. Follow,